All right, so we are here for, I believe, podcast number 5, if I've got that right. I might not. Serving Kingdom KC
1, 2, 3,
podcast
4,
number
5.
5, the Bob and Jeff show here, and we're here with Valor Ranch. So Debbie Childress, Pat Coppinger, we appreciate you guys spending some time with us this morning, and we just look forward to finding out a little bit more about Valor Ranch and the organization that you guys are running, and kind of the blessing that you are really to our veterans. And really understanding really what Valor Ranch is and does. So thank you for being here with us.
So let's
Glad
dive
to
in
be
here.
here.
Let's
and have
dive
some-
in.
and have some fun.
Absolutely.
Are you ready? Rapid fire some questions.
do it.
Rapid
Ready?
fire some
What
questions.
exactly do you guys do?
There you go.
So Valor Ranch is a nonprofit, and we provide transitional housing and services to veterans. A lot of times when veterans come home, the uniform comes off, but their battle does not stop.
Right, right.
They come home with invisible wounds like PTS, loss of community, kind of that loss of sense of purpose. And so we are providing a place for them to rebuild. We don't want to see veterans just surviving. We want to help them rebuild their lives, kind of get their footing. They may have lost their footing a little bit when they come home.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit out of breath because earlier I actually walked the 14 acres saying, what exactly are we doing here? And I was looking for the mini tour, not the big tour. But
You were huffing and puffing, that's
yeah,
for sure.
it was a lot of work.
No doubt about that.
I guess the next question is, what's the why?
Valor Ranch got started, kind of started with my husband at the time. He did 4 tours in and around Iraq, and every time he came home, I could tell that something had changed. I didn't really know a lot about PTS. A lot of that is I've learned because we lived it. It was just kind of a loss of, it was kind of that loss of sense of purpose. Didn't quite know how he fit back in, and so through going through what I did with him, I started talking to other veterans and hearing a lot of the same stories. So that was kind of the start of Valor Ranch, trying to find a place for them to make that transition a little more successfully.
Yeah. Well, I hate to hear about that story, but love what you guys are doing out there for our veterans, and well deserved. So thank you for what you do for our community, and definitely for the veterans.
It's our honor.
Yeah. So you recently, I think, moved, right? So you were in Smithville, and now you're in Rayville, Missouri. Tell me a little bit about that transition, the decision to make that move, a little bit about that, kind of the facilities and what you're doing there.
Yeah, so in Smithville, we were housing veterans in my house, just in a private home, in a neighborhood. And, don't tell my HOA.
Well, you moved.
What
so it
HOA?
doesn't matter anymore.
What HOA? Right.
They know about it now.
That's
It's
right.
okay.
Our whole goal was to get out on property. The ranch setting is a much more peaceful place
it's
to
beautiful out
heal,
here.
where we can provide more services. We're working towards even adding horses in
Oh, that's
eventually for
amazing.
equine
You
therapy.
got the space for it, right?
Yeah.
And I love the outbuilding out there too. That's
So
really,
to continue
really cool.
what we were doing, but just on a bigger scale, and being
Yeah.
able to add more services
that's
Do
fantastic.
you know how to ride a horse?
No, but you're going to ride one before we leave. I assure you that.
Okay.
I'm going to put a strap on that too. It just won't be a horse; it'll be the horse.
Oh, nice. Hopefully it's a Clydesdale. Okay.
As you can see, we like to have a lot of fun.
We don't have a saddle though, Bob.
He can go bareback. He can go bareback. That won't be a problem. That won't be a
There you
problem.
go.
Yeah, so share with us a little bit about kind of I'll say some of the challenges that you guys have at Valor Ranch, from either a donations perspective, a fundraising perspective. Let's talk a little bit about that. What are the needs that Valor Ranch has?
Right now we're in the renovation phase.
Okay, yeah.
So I moved in there about December 30th.
Okay.
And haven't had a kitchen since then. So that's
been a
one
tough
of our challenges that we're very close.
Good.
The kitchen now
I
is
see all the
becoming
people in
very
here working
beautiful, and we're very close to
making
having it done.
Making it beautiful and great for not only you but also for the veterans that are in the facility. So
So
love that.
working on the renovations, which always is a funding funding thing. We're always knee deep in fundraising.
Sure, absolutely.
Well, speaking of fundraising and being knee deep in it, how does somebody get knee deep and help you?
Well, we do have fundraisers. We just had our poker tournament. That's in memory of my son, who was lost to suicide in 2020. We were expecting about 35 to 40 people, and we had 72 players.
It was
Nice.
wonderful.
It was
I played
so
in it.
much
I didn't play
fun.
well in it, but I played in it.
Jeff did not win.
I did not
You
win.
needed a good coach.
Now our friend Kelly, she made it to the final table, but she
Oh,
didn't win
nice.
either. But she at
Good.
least made it to the final table.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I donated a lot of money and a lot of chips in that night, but it was a
Yeah.
lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of
Yeah.
fun. So our next event is the golf tournament. I'll let Pat talk about
Yeah,
that.
so we've got our golf tournament coming up May 8th at Paradise Point, and Jeff's helping us, serving Kingdom Casey's helping us
Yes.
along with that. So we're registering teams now. We're really looking at, it's going to be exciting. We're going to wrap in the Wheel of Generosity,
Wheel of Generosity,
that
yes.
Jeff, I don't know if he invented it or not, but
I'm the creator of it. Yes,
but I think it's
yes.
wonderful.
I stay on that wheel thing because every time I play it, it stops at $100.
Bob is
bill.
very generous.
And
Let's
I'm
just
not
put it
sure.
that way. Bob usually gets the top numbers on that.
I'm like,
But yeah,
and we always get the dollar roll. I get the $100 roll. So
I don't know. I contribute more than $1. I assure you that. But anyways, yes, we did the Wheel of Generosity at the poker tournament as well, and had several people, spin the wheel. And I think we had talked a little bit about that and about the 50-50 raffle versus the Wheel of Generosity. And I think the opportunity there is to raise a lot more money through the Wheel of Generosity. What the Wheel of Generosity is, I'll just share that real quick. It's a randomizer wheel. It has numbers between $1 all the way up to $200. You spin whatever number it lands on. You actually pay that amount to the Wheel of Generosity, which goes straight to Valor Ranch. Once we sell all 200 tickets, or at the end of the golf tournament, we're going to say, here's what we raised on the Wheel of Generosity, and we're giving away up to 10%, up to $2,000 for that one winner. We'll put all the numbers back on, have one final spin. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, we're going to raise a lot of money at the golf tournament. We've got some great events and games scheduled for out on the course. You'll be hearing more about that as we move closer to that actual date, which is Friday, May the 8th at Smithville Golf Course at Paradise Point on the Posse course. So beautiful course up there on the lake. So looking forward to working with you guys on that.
So your ranch is a beautiful setting. In your travels, what's a really good story you can share with us?
Well, we have lots of good stories about some of the veterans we've served, but one of my favorite guys, we had a veteran that I actually went to high school with, and I saw him standing on the corner with a sign. So I whipped my car around. I hadn't seen him in decades. Been out of high school for a long time.
Like 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
That
just
long?
a couple years ago. And so I, whipped around and said, Billy, what's going on? And he had been homeless for a very, very long time. So I just sat with him for a while and talked to him and, said, well, do you want to come to my house? And this is kind of how it started, taking people to my house. Was with somebody that I knew.
Okay.
But I said, you can come take a shower, we'll get some food. And so we kind of went back to the camp that he was staying at and picked up clothes because I said, I'll also, bring your clothes, we'll get them all washed and I'll give you some clean clothes. And there was a guy at the camp, John, and he came out and he said, what's going on here? And I said, oh, we're just going to go get something to eat. You want to come? And he said, are you going to Popeyes? I said, we can go to Popeyes. I was thinking, if fried chicken's what it takes to
Sure.
get your life back on track, we'll go to
Yeah.
Popeyes. So we did.
A lot of folks don't understand what the camp is all about. Can you describe that experience of going to that camp?
Yeah, their camp was in the woods, and I'm not going to say where because those camps are not legal to have.
Sure.
Because they're building little
Understand.
campfires and
Understand.
things like that to stay warm, but they're very dangerous. At one point we had bought Billy some things we weren't at a point where we had started housing people yet, so we were just trying to help him with some supplies he needed for his camp. And so Valor Ranch bought quite a lot of the stuff he needed. And he was hitting the head with a hatchet to take his things. I mean, it's dangerous even within the camp. Sometimes they would really watch out for each other, and sometimes they're just like, oh, you have a brand new sleeping bag, and I really want that sleeping bag because it's something they need.
Yeah, that's tough to hear. But I know there's so many veterans that are out there that are homeless, and so appreciate you guys doing what you do, and I think that's all wonderful. How can somebody get involved at Valor Ranch? How can we get more people to volunteer their time or their efforts to something that you guys actually need, or to help with the actual organization in general? Just some general volunteer opportunities.
Yeah.
What types of things that might look like?
So people can go on. They can follow us on Facebook,
Okay.
Valor Ranch Inc., or on Instagram. I believe it's Valor Ranch 22 on
Okay.
Instagram. We try to keep those updated all the time with what's going on.
Okay, good.
We also have a work day coming up on April 18th
Okay.
that we'll be working on. Another one on May 2nd. So they can get involved with that. If they just want to donate, they can go on valorranch.org
Okay.
is our website, and there are ways to donate on there through Venmo, through using a credit card on the website,
Right.
however they
Great,
want to help.
great. So
or they can always just contact us.
Okay. Just
We
reaching
do
out directly
tours.
to you.
We have people come out pretty regularly for tours and want to see what it is sometimes
Yeah.
before they donate.
Sure.
I love that.
Sure.
To contact you, is it best through the website or is there a telephone number?
I think
Um,
wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's a-
everything. All the details are on the
Yeah,
website.
through the website.
So that's kind of where you.
So go to
Debbie-
valleyranch.org, correct? If
Yep.
you want to donate, hit the donate button and then you're all in, right, Jeff?
All in.
Okay.
That's
All
right.
in. That's right. Well, again, we love what you guys are doing. Bob, any other thoughts or questions before we kind of wrap things up a little bit?
I actually have something for you today I brought. So
That's not a surprise. That's really not a surprise.
you love the game of golf, and I
Yes.
thought for your little golf cart that you can have this thing.
Little golf cart.
Yeah.
Boy, you shouldn't have. First of all, oh, that's nice.
Yes,
That's
vintage.
nice.
Hey, Drake, it's vintage.
It's vintage. Yes, this will kind of help me with the weather and
Yes.
the forecasts and really to know what to expect the next hole that I go
your
to.
little dashboard barometer.
It'll
for your
fit,
golf
you know,
cart.
the golf carts have a little cubby thing and I can
Right
put it
there, I
right
thought
there.
about that.
And it won't get damaged by the wind or the rain or snow or anything like that.
Let's
So
keep it away from the stormy side.
Yes.
Yeah,
we're
the
gonna-
other side
on
that
May
says
8th,
fair.
definitely we
we're
don't
gonna
want
make
it
sure we
anywhere
put
near
that.
Near
Just
stormy
like
or
that.
unsettled.
First and
That's not
foremost.
what we want.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
But more importantly, we have a gift for the Valor Ranch team here. And so what we like to do here at Serving Kingdom KC in our podcast is we actually create this little placard to give to the nonprofits that we do the podcast with. And so we want to present this to you for coming and doing the podcast with us. And really the brick represents our partnership with you and other nonprofits alike, that we're building a community of not only the nonprofits but in Kansas City to try to get the Kansas City community to wrap around and to care for the great work that you and the others do in the nonprofits. So we appreciate everything that you do, and just grateful for your servant hearts. I mean, that's really the big thing.
Thank you.
And now you get to challenge your favorite nonprofit to hopefully get them on the next podcast.
So any thoughts around a nonprofit that you guys either partner with or that you've either worked or served with in the past that you might be interested in hosting a podcast? And
Yeah, I would recommend The Battle Within.
The Battle Within.
Yeah,
I've
they are,
talked with them.
Yeah, they are
Yes.
an organization that serves veterans and
Love
first
it.
responders,
Yeah.
helps them
Love it.
find some natural ways to deal with PTS.
Mm-hmm,
And I'm a graduate of their program.
Okay, okay.
Clear back in 2018. They've been around for a long time.
We will definitely be reaching out to the Battle Within
Awesome.
and talking to them and getting something set up soon for that. So
Great.
again,
Right.
appreciate your. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, so guys, it's all about building this, this fabric of this community, and
Yes.
just one little nonprofit, one brick at a time. So you've been watching what are you doing down there, Jeff?
I'm not telling you right now. You just
Okay,
keep going with your
okay.
comment.
So you're battling a bag. So here we are at the Bob and Jeff show, and I think Jeff's got something up his sleeve.
You know what? I have something for you, Bob, this time.
What?
Yes. So I'm presenting you with this brick for helping us start this podcast and helping us have the Kansas City community
I
really
think-
understand.
I think that we actually shared this in the building of the community.
But I just want you to know that I appreciate you as well and helping challenge me to be better
Thank
and
you.
to continue to foster this mission that we have with our nonprofits here in Kansas City or the Kansas City area, and just really really excited to see what God's going to do here over the coming months and years with what we're doing and what the nonprofits here in Kansas City are doing.
Serving Kingdom KC, it's the Bob and Jeff Show, and we will see you next time.